this is an album, and it's actually two, because it did. My layouts ended up being pretty dimensional, and so this ended up being two albums instead of just one. And I have some of these layouts in Mini Kit Monday layout process videos, but most of them I believe are not, or at least in the second album. This is a Mini Kit Monday layout, so you can see that one there. So is this one. I can tell you this is from Dear Lizzie. This one is from Simple Stories. I can't recall if the yellow background paper is, but most of the stuff on top is. And then I did use some Maggie Holmes for this one, and this one is also in a process video, and I really like all of the layering on this and the dimension as well. This is a Echo Park collection, I believe. This one looks really simple and so for me that's very surprising to me that I do this type of thing sometimes. I even ended up using some Project Life cards that I cut up and added details to and stuff. So that's that one. And let's see here, this is from Heidi Swap, and I really loved this layout. This is a 6x6 paper pad, and I believe the paper pad is the Honey and Spice. I think that one is. And I think there's actually a video of this on a Mini Kit Monday process video, I believe. If not, it might be there. I think this might also be a layout from Mini Kit Monday. This is using Paige Evans, I believe, and then these are some Paige Evans elements. I think some are Amy Tangerine. This is Dear Lizzie. This is a Dear Lizzie Project Life card. I think this is from Shamel. These are actually from Vicky Booten. I think that Together comes from Amy Tangerine, as well as this one. And then these two are Paige Evans elements. This is from Fancy Pants. The sticker is from Mambi. I got these a while ago from Michael's, I believe, and they're large stickers, and I think these are Mambi as well, so I use them sometimes. I've been trying to use them as this one I backed with some white paper, and then I put it on foam, and I ended up using this as the title piece. And then to create a visual triangle, I used these circle elements, and then I also had this gold star garland to kind of go all over the page, and I used two Fancy Pants pages, and I set one kind of askew, and then I used the 12x12 to cut the red one off to make it a 12x12 page, and I just used some photo corners. I just kind of wanted to have it be really busy and dynamic because of the fireworks pictures that are on here. This one is I want to say this one is all Heidi Swap, and I really love the way this one came out. Sometimes I wish I could make pages like this for me. But anyway, yeah, I love it. I love all the layering. I love all the pieces of paper that I used, the cut aparts. This was, I put it on foam to kind of give it dimension too. And then I used some Heidi Swap gold photo corners, and I layered this one up on foam as well, the photographs. This one is a double page layout, and I think this one is also a video, and this one is by Dear Lizzie. This is a Dear Lizzie page, and I think the only thing that isn't Dear Lizzie is the washi tape. I believe the washi tape is from My Mind's Eye, but I think this is also a process video. Most of these are. I remember that. I do remember making process videos for this. This one is also one of my favorite layouts in here. I really like a lot of the layouts that I did in this album. I'm pretty proud of myself. But really, all of these layouts, most of the layouts are some of my most favorite that I've ever done. And I don't say that a lot about like a lot of layouts that I have or that I've made for other people. But this one is Heidi Swap. Everything on here I think is Heidi Swap with the exception of this sticker and this element right here. The leaf elements either, I think, because these are a punch from EK Success. This is from Amy Tangerine, and I don't remember who does these, I'm sorry, but they're little cards. This is Fancy Pants, I believe, paper, and I used a lot of strips, a lot of cut apart pieces. I don't think this is from the same paper pad because this comes from a paper pack collection, and I only have the paper pad for this. So this is from Heidi Swap. Yep, and then this is from a different, all of the stickers are from a different collection. And I used a thicker set, and then I used the black dots to create a decorative element and bring the title in, the black from the title in, and then use the decorative elements, the dots as decorative elements there. This is from Jen Hadfield. This is another one of those Mambi sticker big titles. I backed it on another piece of white paper and just fussy cut around it. I used chipboard and dimensional elements from Jen Hadfield. I think this is her patio party, and I think all of these are 6x6 papers too that I also backed the photo on. I really love the way this came together, and it complements the other page on this side. Excuse me, which I also think is Jen Hadfield patio party. And so I tried to use the same kind of elements here. I didn't do a visual triangle for this page, but if you really want to nitpick, it's kind of a diagonal because it has a banner here, and then something in the middle, so your eye goes this way. For here, I used clusters, and I kind of, even though it's not all together, it's in the same region. These two clusters back up this title, and then I have one here. So this has a visual triangle, this has more of a diagonal look, but I tried to use the same type of elements and the same collection of paper to make them a cohesive double page spread. Even though I don't think I meant to, but it happened that way. This one is also one of my favorites because I actually did some stitching around the blue page. I gave it a stitching border, and my lines are actually decently straight, which I liked. I probably got this influence from Susanna Lee. I might have seen one of her videos, and she uses a lot of labels. I don't do that a lot, but I do love the look of them, and so I decided to give it a try here. I love the stickers are red and they pop off against the blue paper, and it also brings the red out from this pattern paper that I have in the back. So the pattern paper is the base paper, and then I tore these edges and I sewed them together. And I used some Heidi Swap washi tape that says Explore, and this one has stars. And then I just kind of let the title do its thing, and there's not much of a distraction. And then I put these in here with the different dates so that they can add a little snippet of information about what they were doing or their favorite part of the day. This one says today is the best day, and it's on a foil, like a green gold foil. So I don't know if you can see that there. I used this is two different collections, I believe, and I backed it on a piece of white paper using some photo corners, pink photo corners. I used some of these clear embellishments here to make it look like drops, because they're at some sort of falls. I think these are in Dallas in Texas somewhere. I believe, I could be mistaken. I don't know where this is, so this is also why I didn't put anything relating to where this might be. If I'd had known, the only thing I knew pretty much is the date. And so I have a journaling spot here. They can put the date here. I can tell them that they can write where they were at right here, down on the side, who's here, who is in the photograph. They can write in here because it is just pattern paper. And if they don't have enough of a big spot here, those are optional spaces that they can use so that they can just write that snippet of information about where they were, who they're with, and who's in the picture, who's photographed in the picture as well. So I use the circular elements to give you a way to look at the page. Since this is the title, you're gonna read it from, most people read from left to right, so this is where I decided to put the title. Nobody's looking out that way. The only person facing in or out is this person right here, and so it helped with the title and this photograph being this way, because then she's facing into the layout, versus if I would have put this photograph here, this person would be looking out of the layout, and you don't want that. You want them to kind of stay within their page. And so I really like how that came out. It's very simple for me at least. And yeah, these circular elements give you a visual triangle, and so do the cork pieces. And I use the same clear half, like they're not enamel dots, but they're clear embellishments, and it kind of adds that element of whimsy where like it's whatever the photograph is or the layout is almost wet with water spots. That's the illusion I was trying to give when I laid those down on the layout. So also fun, and I really like that foil title. Super cute. This is another layout. I try to make them look different. How many times can you make something look different? Is you can add different types of elements or techniques. For this one, I used the stitching on the We Are Memory Keepers mini letter punch board, and it says Houston. Travel Houston, or Houston travel, whatever. Or you don't even have to make it that this is the title or part of the title. You can just read it as Houston, and that would work as well. I did make this element go down this way because if you read the title, it's kind of broken up, and I hope that makes sense to them, right? I'm sure it will, because they know where they went. I added a lot of these little elements, and most of these are flat embellishments like the stickers. This one was not. This one was already on foam, and so was this cork piece and this little circle star. The rest were, and so I put this one on foam, this one on foam, and this one on foam, so that I could add that element throughout the page, like these embellishments here. And since the title was really it's not my best stitching, but I hope that they like it. And I really liked all of the lines too, because I put it on the map paper, and that has a lot of lines as well. So I kind of figured, I hope it doesn't get too busy, or I hope they don't see it as too busy. But I really liked it, and also one of my favorites. This one I really liked too. I'm not boasting, I promise. I'm really proud of what I did. This is not going to be my album. This is for someone else, and I hope they really do like the layouts as much as I enjoyed making them one, and enjoyed the results of how they ended up looking. This one says Hola Mexico, and this is crepe paper stuff mainly. These glasses are from My Mind's Eye. So they're not from the crate paper collections. I think this is 2 different collections, if I'm not mistaken, if not 3. And I know these are not from crate paper either. They're just, I think these are Maggie Holmes thickers. I hope this is not as dark as I can see in real life. This is some Heidi Swapp camera paper. I actually added a camera paper clip. Somehow I love the shape of the paper clips. The paper clips that are made into shapes, but I don't use them all that often. And so I'm really glad that I was able to have one in there. I love these little mini paper clips from Tim Holtz. That's just a sticker, but it almost looks like paper clip, and it's a circular element for sure, which I tried to disperse through the layout as well, because we have some circular elements. I wanted this one to kind of stand out also, hence the circles in the diagonal direction. Also, it happened to be that this was in October, so I like this circular feeling from the font, and then the look of the G is almost circular, but so is this O. I use the inside arrow over here too to kind of bring down your eye, and that element of blue is in 3 places as well. So all these little things tie into the layout. I wanted to make sure that when I cut out this map paper, that it might be a detail that is missed. I don't know. They might see it and be like, oh, look, there's Mexico. Because I cut it out and then I kind of had it and placed it strategically so that it would also show, and that also kind of emphasizes the theme, that you know where you're at because of that and this, and of course the title. So I hope it makes sense to them. I hope they can see those details. If not, it's okay. I noticed the details and I enjoyed making that. To me, it was a quirk, and I really like those kind of things when your paper works for you and you can add elements from collections that you think will make sense to you. And since the postcard was here too, I added this sending love from, and it also says that, you know, they're in Mexico, and so I hope that they like it as much as I enjoyed doing it. This is another layout, and this is using several collections as well. I can't tell you off the top of my head which ones they are. I know it's some crepe paper. This, I think, is I want to say it's Simple Story, but I actually think it's My Mind's Eye. I can't recall where this striped paper comes from. I used some of this lace washi that I like. And I really wish that companies would make some more edged type of washi elements or shape styled washi. I really enjoy those because then I can bring out more punches. This is a doily edge punch that I traced with a white pen. I put embellishments in this. I made it kind of like a grid because it has these two, and since the pictures are the focal point for me, I put these up on fun foam, and then the title, I believe, is from a Maggie Holmes collection. These were more pictures. I hope that they enjoy this type of layout because there were several pictures. I actually don't remember how they were supposed to have this come out, if it's stuck to both pages. No, it isn't. Oh, thank goodness. I backed it with paper. So if they need help with this, I'm gonna have to tell them that they can pull it out by the camera and then write their journaling in there. They're more than welcome to leave that camera out. Nothing's really gonna happen to it, but to give it a little more protection, I just tucked it into this pocket, and I'm glad that one they open in the same way. Did I just make sense with English? Okay, did I make English? I don't know. So yeah, I really like the look of this. And the pictures are the highlight, right? So you want to know what you did and you had fun, and if you don't really put a lot of journaling in there, that's fine too. Here's another journaling card so they can talk about like all of these places. I put this one and split it in half because this has 4 3x4 pockets. So I put this one so they could have some journaling space for these 2 or 3, and then they could have journaling space for these 2 pictures up here. So these are just mainly using Project Life cards. and a little bit of dimensional stickers or stickers from Create Paper. Create Paper. This was a Dear Lizzie Project Life card, and I don't remember which Project Life card this is, but I know this is from a Create Paper sticker set, I believe, and this is a small talk sticker from Tim Holtz. This is using Vicky Boutin collections. I believe both pages are, and then the stickers as well. And I just matted this is from Heidi Swap, and then I just matted the pictures in white cardstock. I lined this piece of pattern paper with white pen, and then I just added some more Vicky Boutin papers. This is from Sassafras Lass, and it's probably like one of the last stickers I have. One of the last 2 stickers I have from a sticker sheet set. I don't even know the name of the collection. This is also Heidi Swap, and then these are Vicky Boutin. And I just thought the colors went. Because this has purple in it, I brought in this one because the pictures that they took are so colorful. And so that's why I feel like this layout works. Don't be afraid to use color in more color. I will say that's probably why I used this paper as kind of like my white space. White space doesn't literally have to be white. This doesn't have, to me, a lot of pattern or a lot of color, and it's kind of a calming pattern because it's in the sky. So I think that's, to me and to my eye or my reasoning, I believe that's why it works and why I put it together like that. So if anybody was wondering what my train of thought is when I put papers together, there's that one for you. This one, oh, I really love this layout. Let's see here. This is for this layout because I can see the paper clip here. So let's just talk about this real quick. I don't have a space for journaling per se. They could make an effort to write in there, but then what if they don't want to write in it? So what I did was I stamped a journaling spot for them. And this is, can you see that? This is a stamp from Heidi Swap, and it says date, place, and highlights, and they can write all their information in here. And I just paper clipped it with the small Tim Holtz mini paper clip, and I put it in between the 2 layouts. And oh gosh, am I gonna be able to do that right now? It never fails, right? That you can't do the thing that you're expecting to. And then I just did this so that they can see it like that. Hopefully, I mean, I don't even know if it's going to shift, but they could hopefully see the paper clip and know that there's something attached to that. If it falls in, I'll just let them know. This is Adios Mexico. And this was kind of, this is not Paige Evans. This is crepe paper. But the embellishments, I believe, are all mostly Paige Evans, I want to say. These are from Maggie Holmes. I believe this is Maggie Holmes too. This is Tim Holtz, the See the World. And then I used that same mini punch board letter maker. I colored the Mexico in the Mexican flag colors, and then I did this adios in very colorful letters because all of the pictures that they took from that trip reminded me of colorful stuff, and so that's what I wanted to do when they went. I wanted to kind of commemorate a closing, and I really love this page too. This is using Dear Lizzie. This is using several collections, and I can't really tell you either. I think this is Maggie Holmes. Or if not, it's Jen Hadfield, because this is paper that I did on a haul, like when Joanne went on sale with their special collections. I know because I got excited that I got like the Heidi Swap collection, I think, Jen Hadfield, and then this, I think this is the Heritage one, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But that's sort of when I remember all of this stuff happening. I can't even tell. I know this is Heidi Swap. I can't tell you where these are from. I really can't. Or that. Or this with the moon phases. But I really like it all. And there's not much I can say about this layout other than I like it. I made it into a diagonal pattern. I was able to put... It's kind of like a very loose grid if you look at it, because there's these elements here, these elements here, and then you have two pictures here. So it's kind of like a very loose grid, but also a diagonal type style layout. With the paper tearing, I was really hesitant about paper tearing, but I've gone to like it, and it went through a phase where like everybody was paper tearing. So there was a bit of an influence from other YouTubers that I was seeing, and so that's a technique that I wanted to try, and it ended up looking great in my opinion. I like the addition of the green and the brown because of their skin tones, but also because my friend here is wearing a green jacket, and it's during the fall, so I like this color too. And then cameras are always a great icon for layouts, isn't it? Because we're taking the pictures and that's what we're putting to memory. And I gave them a little journaling spot here if they chose to write it. If not, it stands great. It can stand alone as a decorative element as well. This is also one of my favorites, and just because I feel like I never make like clean layouts, this would be my version of a clean layout. It is backed on like a sage green type of paper. I believe we are using indigo and ivy paper from a project pad, I believe. And I'm not too sure if this is Heidi Swap paper or not. But then I think it might be, because that's where I decided to bring both of the elements and bring them together. I use the wood grain paper. I was trying to see if I matted it pink, but it's from the other, that's peeking from another layout. This is Heidi Swap washi tape, which is one of my favorites. These chipboard stickers are also from Heidi Swap. I decided against not coloring them because they have the little marquee dots, and you can spray these with Heidi Shine or Heidi Swap Color Shine. But I went against it because I wanted that white from the pattern paper to bring it out to the page and bring it forward. I use this from my sticker books, from the planner sticker books. It says beautiful. And I believe these are also stickers from the planner book. And then this is a Heidi Swap tag, and I used some brown twine, and I just let the pictures speak for themselves, and I really like how this page came out. This one was one of the ones that I kind of hesitated on. This is probably one of my least favorite, if I have to admit, only because I think it needed more, and I just didn't know what to add at the time. But it is a complete layout. It says Hey LA, and that's the title, but this, because it's so big, I think conflicts, is that the word? Competes with it. So it could be either. It could be a title and a subtitle, but I know this for me is what I meant to have as the title. And then I just added little sprinkles of the puffy stickers that this came from. The LA is, I don't know. I think it's pink paisley. It's an alpha sticker. And then I just use these elements, and all of these pattern papers, I believe, come from the same paper pack, which is also where it's the same collection as the puffy stickers. I think the only one that isn't is this Good Things, and I think that's the Dear Lizzie stuff. So, but I still like it. I mean, and it's a finished page. Maybe because I didn't want to mess it up, I didn't add more things to it, and so that's fine with me. But I think it's because compared to other things, I have more elements and layers and all of that good, you know? And so that's probably why this one is like, it's okay. I really like how this one came out. I had my hesitations about putting these patterns together, or so much pattern together, but I feel like it ended up working anyway, at least in my eyes. And then the sprinkling of the enamel shapes is always difficult for me. The visual triangle with the enamel dots is always something that I struggle with, but it works. I like that the blue, there's blue elements and red elements. The only element that I tried not to bring out from the photo is the orange, and so I feel that that's why this page works with the picture. It has the winter theme, of course, and I added some of those chipboard stickers from the chipboard set, and then some dimensional bows as well. And I like this little house because it repeats that kind of element here, even though they might be two different things. So but I have a journaling spot for them here, and I also dated the picture right there. This one has elements that I wanted to try out, like this circle. I backed the photo is almost like the base, and then I added circles over it, and then the top paper is I cut into a square, and then I did like a, what did I just call the other one where I had a grid, a very loose grid, because this is a different pattern paper and a different pattern paper and a different pattern paper, and the picture is, this is the focal point picture, and so I also put this on top of foam. I added little flowers throughout, and I didn't want to put one here, I think, because I didn't want to compete with the title, but this is where they have an opportunity to do some journaling, and then it has the title too, or the date, and it has the title to where they visited. And then this is the last one. I used some Amy Tangerine dimensional stickers, some Heidi Swapp stickers. I think these are the stamps. These are from Heidi Swapp. Some vellum pieces and some other leaf pieces, which I kind of folded so they have some sort of dimension, and lots of layering pieces, different types of paper. This is Amy Tangerine paper. I think this is Dear Lizzie paper, and I can't recall what this orange stripe one is, but it has a lot of the little elements from Amy Tangerine, also from crepe paper. These banners are from my planner stickers, and more little elements and puffy stickers. So the 3 puffy stickers are from Amy Tangerine, at least the ones right here. These are also, but they're part of the title. And I layered, excuse me, I backed the photo with pattern paper, colorful pattern paper, and then I did some different colored photo corners, but it brings them together because I tried to use the same type of color for them. And that's the first album. I'll come back with another video and show you the next album. Thanks for watching.